I used to not want to be around people because they scared me. Whereas now I know that it is actually by having connection with other people that I feel alive. So right from when I was at early age, that sort of deadening and dullness to my experience of life was just all around. So the first time that I was actually formally diagnosed with depression was in my teenage years. What had actually happened was I was in the process of taking the perpetrator of abuse against me to court, and I think that created quite a huge amount of stress in my world, and was a catalyst for some stuff that was already brewing. Like I say, I think that sort of greyness to my world had been around for quite some time. As my mood darkened, my need to find some kind of way to find some light in my world expanded, so it became this survival technique to find whatever I could to make myself feel better. And so at 15, for me, that was drugs and alcohol and a sense of belonging. The only place that I really felt like I belonged was with other people who felt like me. They might not have been able to articulate that, but we gravitated towards one another. Depression for me, when I think about it, it was just this absolute greyness. So I could go and do something, and I had this awareness that this was a cool thing that I was doing, but it didn't feel cool. I couldn't feel that joy or that happiness. Anxiety for me is I'll feel busy even though I'm not busy. Like everything's fast, but it's not fast. That something's about to go wrong, but I don't know what it is that's going to go wrong, so I've got to try and figure it out. That racing becomes much more physical and much more, I have no ability to control it. I first started actually seeking help myself when I was 15 and I wasn't coping at school. And I would see the school counsellor. But I think that my expectation at that time was that they were going to fix me. Whereas when I became pregnant with my son, fine screwing up my life, but I had someone else I was responsible for. So I needed to go and sort myself out. And that was a major mind shift for me in terms of what I expected to get out of my therapy. So that was when I started re-exploring medication again. I'm really pleased that I thought perhaps it's time to actually try this and actually put aside the stigma around taking medication. In the past, I'd expected medication to make me happy, whereas this time round, I expected it to be part of my support kit. So it formed one piece of the pie, which was my recovery journey, and it did what I'd hoped it would do. It gave me a pocket to be able to think clearer, understand what was going on, and to do the work with my counsellor at a completely different level to what I had done previously. I have come to weigh up which is more important, being well and experiencing life and feeling life and being around for my son and for my family, or feeling a bit groggy for a couple of days, or maybe a little bit of feeling heavier. And this is actually way more important. Like, this is the stuff that matters, not what someone else thinks about medication, not what society, I perceive society might still say about that stuff. So this is the stuff that money's made of. This is what life is, not this stuff over here.